What if I told you the loudest person in the room is almost never the most powerful? We live in a culture obsessed with noise. People posting every win, broadcasting every thought, and announcing every plan before they've even started. But here's the truth: power doesn't live in noise. It lives in silence. Think of history's greats, the inventors, the leaders, the artists who changed everything. They didn't waste time shouting for validation. They built quietly, strategically, and when the results finally arrived, they were undeniable. That's what makes power so magnetic. It doesn't beg for attention. It simply appears fully formed, and the world has no choice but to notice. Today, I'll show you 5 ways silence transforms into strength. Each one is a weapon you can use in your own journey. And if you stay with me until the end, I'll give you a challenge that could completely change the way you approach success. 1. Silence builds focus, noise scatters your attention. Every time you explain your dreams to others, you hand away pieces of your concentration. Silence gathers that energy back into one laser-sharp beam. Think of a chess master. He doesn't narrate his plan mid-game. He doesn't announce which piece he'll move next. He sits quietly, eyes locked on the board, calculating. And when the moment is right, he makes one move that shifts everything. His silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. Now apply this to your life. Maybe you want to start a business. If you tell 10 people you'll get 10 different opinions, that's too risky. The market's too crowded. Why not just stay safe? Those voices pull you in 10 directions. But if you stay quiet, you avoid the noise. Your focus sharpens. Your path becomes clear. Benefit silence eliminates distractions and strengthens your ability to see the path ahead with clarity. 2, silence protects your energy. Words aren't free. They cost energy. Every conversation about what you plan to do drains the fuel you should be using to act. And often the ones closest to you, friends, family, coworkers, unknowingly siphon that energy with doubts, questions, or even subtle envy. Silence works like armor. By keeping your goals to yourself, you prevent your drive from being scattered. Your energy stays where it belongs, inside the work. Imagine a runner training for a marathon. If they announce it too soon, suddenly everyone has an opinion. Your knees won't handle it. That's too many miles. You don't have the discipline. Those words eat away at motivation. But the runner who trains in silence wakes up, runs every day, and tells no one. On race day, when they cross the finish line, there's nothing left to debate. Benefit silence shields your inner drive, preserving energy so you can channel it entirely into execution. 3. Silence creates mystery. Mystery is power. When people don't know your every move, they pay more attention. They lean in, they wonder, they speculate. Curiosity works for you instead of against you. Look at the people you respect most. Chances are they aren't the ones constantly oversharing. They're the ones who reveal things sparingly. Their silence gives weight to their words and presence to their actions. Even in everyday life, this principle applies. Think about 2 friends. One talks constantly about all the goals they're chasing but rarely delivers. The other says nothing, then suddenly unveils a book they've written, a body transformation, or a new skill mastered. Which friend commands more respect? The quiet one, because silence made their results unpredictable and magnetic. Benefit silence builds intrigue and influence, making others pay attention without you even asking for it. 4, silence strengthens discipline. Silence isn't passive, it's an act of discipline. It requires resisting the temptation to seek quick validation. And every time you resist that urge, you train your self-control. We live in an era addicted to instant applause. Post a picture, get likes. Share a thought, get comments. That's why silence is so powerful. It cuts off the shortcut and forces you to rely on internal motivation instead of external validation. Think of an artist creating a masterpiece. They don't announce every brushstroke. They work quietly, failing, correcting, refining until the art is ready. And when it's finally revealed, people are stunned. The discipline wasn't in the final show. It was in the silent days, weeks, and months of effort no one ever saw. Benefit silence develops self-discipline, helping you build consistency that turns effort into extraordinary achievement. 5, silence speaks louder than words. Here lies the paradox. Silence makes your results 10 times louder when they finally appear. You don't need to announce that you're getting in shape if people can see the transformation. You don't need to declare you're starting a business if your product suddenly launches and succeeds. You don't need to prove yourself with promises when the outcome speaks so loudly it silences every critic. Look at history again. Great inventions, breakthroughs, revolutions. They weren't teased with endless noise. They appeared suddenly, and the world could only react in awe. That's the kind of impact silence creates. Benefit silence amplifies results, ensuring your actions make a lasting impact stronger than any words could. Final challenge this week: choose one goal, big or small, and commit to working on it silently. Don't post about it. Don't ask for feedback. Don't announce it. Just act. For 7 days, channel all your energy into execution. Let silence guard your focus, shield your energy, sharpen your discipline, and build an aura of mystery. At the end of the week, reflect. Notice how much progress you've made and how much lighter, calmer, and more powerful you feel. Silence isn't emptiness. It's power concentrated. It's the unseen force that separates those who talk from those who achieve. Now I want to hear from you. What's one goal you'll start working on silently this week? Drop it in the comments because your story might inspire someone else to embrace the power of quiet strength. And if this message resonated with you, don't forget to share, and subscribe for more powerful reminders designed to help you rise in silence and shine when it matters most.